Andersons.
Yeah, it's absolutely that.
It's the mini Andersons.
That's why I want to see.
Stature.
I want to see another fucking program with the Revival versus Zoe and Cass, because Zoe and Cass, as much as they're new school to the end, their wrestling style is very old school.
Well, that was quickly a feud.
Yeah,
that was a quick feud.
That was far too quick, and I want to see a big one now.
Because I think one of them was hurt. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was Cass. Was legitimately
Cass who had a
hurt,
legit
so
injury.
they took him out on TV, and he was out. So that, and then by the time he came back, Zoe and Cass were so big, they're just like, yeah, just put him on the main roster.
Yeah, it was.
So the feud never happened.
No, it
really.
didn't. So here's the thing: this would be a fucking this would be immediate match of the years every time, because there's a certain thing with tag wrestling is that older might be the better way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's...
Like, this was... Like the American Alpha
this
matches, this was classic.
Yeah,
tag
this
team
was absolutely
wrestling.
classic tag team wrestling. It was done
the
perfectly.
Revival are the best cheaters I've ever seen.
Oh, they're such great heels. Oh, my God. Because, like, just...
Because they're
so distracting
good.
the ref and just doing every little tiny
Their
thing
egos
to bend
through
the
the
rules.
roof.
Yeah.
Like, top guys. We're top guys.
Oh, yeah, no, like, Christ, the shirts they wear, everything like that, just everything they do is so fucking old school.
And not
it's
to...
80s and 70s to the nth power.
And not to, like, give too much credit to them and not give enough credit to Ciampa and Gargano.
I mean...
For a team that's literally just two guys thrown together.
Yeah, they're a legit thing now, and I can't see any reason to split them up.
I can. Because that's going to be a hell of a feud.
Well,
given that match at the CWC.
Well, yeah, okay, but...
Because it's going to be Ciampa turning on Gargano.
Oh, of course.
And that when that happens, it'll be a hell of a feud, but until we get to that point...
But no, like, they're such a great tag team that right now you could look at them as a unit very easily. Which is great, because they...
Well, they have a shirt now, right?
Yeah, they do. And that's the thing, they work like a unit, they work like a team, so yeah, you put these two together, like you said, match of the year candidate easily. And yeah.
Like, the amount of false finishes here,
and again, like...
Where they made you believe a handful of times that Gargano and Ciampa are winning this match.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly thought there was a few times, because I'm like, you know what? They probably just want them on the main roster now.
Like, even at the end, before Gargano tapped out, I could have swore he was just going to reach for the rope.
Yeah, I know. There was a couple moments where I'm like, part of me, because at first I initially thought, okay, well, Revival's got this. But then I was like starting to think, as, Ciampa and Gargano started getting the false finishes, I'm like, wait a minute. They could easily give it to Gargano and Ciampa riding in from the fucking, the love fest from the CWC, and they could also be wanting to bring the Revival up to the main roster quickly to help the fucking tag division, because immediately what you could do is just redo the feud between them and AA, and then, there's your tag team division. I'm like, fuck, they could actually win. And then they didn't, and I'm still like, whatever, it's all good, I'm happy. Yeah, please.
Yep.
So
it was
fucking incredible.
It was such a fantastic match.
No,
the Revival
has stepped up as, I mean, like I said, obviously I picked them over AA before, but they've now become one of my favorite tag teams.
When we get to the end of the year, I would be shocked if we didn't name them best tag team in WWE.
Oh, definitely. At this point, it's gonna be I guess an arms race between them and AA at this point, or Zoe and Cass as well.
Or Zoe and Cass, like it's a 3-horse race.
Well, yeah, it's a 3-horse race in this one. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Right now, my top is fucking Revival. Because this match showed, because now they have 2 under their belt that are match of the year candidates. That's not something that happens by accident. There's only one other. There's only I would say at this point...
You're entering, Nakamura territory.
Yeah, there's Nakamura, which we do need to talk about that as far as match of the years this year.
Yeah. But before we get there, Asuka Bayley. Decent match.
Yeah.
Wasn't as good as last year.
No, but what were they going to do?
But it was hard hitting because of Asuka.
Yep.
Bayley sold great.
Yep.
The match was great.
It was.
But it wasn't when you're comparing it to Bayley Sasha from last year.
It's kind of hard to top that.
Asuka gets the win, which is good.
Yep.
And, I mean, we all saw it on Raw, but we got the curtain call from Bayley.
Curtain call, Bayley.
She gave Becky, she gave Sasha, she gave Charlotte all big hugs. She left her hairband in the ring. She waved everyone, pointed at the NXT sign on her way out. That was a curtain call.
Everyone gave the, fucking thank you, Bayley.
Yeah.
We all knew, man. It was just wow, okay, she's done.
But it was a decent enough match.
Yeah.
I was the first Asuka Bayley match better than this one?
Yes.
Yeah.
not that one was all that good. I think these two might be a legit clash of styles.
Yeah.
Like, if there was ever such a thing, I just don't think they mesh well together.
Like, Asuka Ember Moon's gonna be good.
Oh, that'll be fucking incredible.
That's gonna be the gonna be the move.
I think the problem I have with Asuka is not Asuka herself, because she's fucking incredible, as we all know. She has one flaw, and that there is nobody else like her.
Yeah.
She's a strong style.
Like a female strong style, and that doesn't exist. Even in like someone like Nia Jax, who's like a hoss for the women's division.
Yeah, it's not strong style.
It's not strong style. She's not going to legitimately kick your head off.
Yeah, exactly. And like, you know, on the men's side with Nakamura, there are guys within the company that have a little bit of that background.
He fought one of them in the main event.
Exactly. So like, there are guys who have that kind of background who understand how to do that. Who
can go. It's like, okay, I get what this is. Let's go.
Exactly. Like, you've got a lot of great women.
But you get Bayley in there, and she's
a woman wrestler. Yeah. She can wrestle. Asuka wants to kick her fucking head off, and Bayley wants to tie her in a knot. That's a clash of a style.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem, is they need to find somebody else. I mean, Ember Moon is a great example. She will be able to stand up to it, but if to create opponents for Asuka, you're going to need to find a couple brawlers.
Basically,
they got to exist. So I mean,
maybe that Daria girl,
the
MMA girl,
exactly, right.
We'll see. Mm-hmm. Main event: Nakamura Joe. Nakamura's entrance was awesome with the live
My
violin.
God, that I gotta steal just the way he said it, because it's absolutely true. Is Austin's podcast? I think he was interviewing Wade Keller or somebody from some fucking wrestling magazine. He said, "This might be my favorite entrance in the last 10 years," and I might have to agree. No. It was just because I already loved his entrance before, because that music is so fucking good. But when you have just the violinist playing the whole song before the entrance, and then you have the entire crowd singing it along with the fucking violin.
Like when he slowly does the slow version of it, and then it ramps up, and he does the live like actual version of it, where he's playing along with the song in the background, and Nakamura comes out and is Nakamura, and he like snakes around the violinist and does his movements, and the whole the atmosphere of 15,000 people
just singing.
Like, there's video of them doing that in the subway, leaving the Barclays.
Of course, because seriously,
because you can do that with that song. You can do the chant.
Yeah, you can sing the whole song, and they do through the whole match. Because it's just one of those earwormy songs that works really, really well. And I love that song. It's the only 2 songs I have on my iPod from fucking WWE. Mm-hmm. It's that and Finn Balor's music. Because both of them are awesome.
In the future, Glorious.
Yes, well, Glorious will make it there soon.
But Nakamura and Joe had a strong style match. That was not a wrestling match.
No.
That was shoot. That was a shoot match.
That was shoot. That was them beating the shit out of each other. And
because they were in the back and they understood.
Yeah, and they're like, look,
we're going to go out there and we're going to hit each other.
Yeah. I'm going to hit you, you're going to hit me, we'll see who falls. And that was what that match was. And
where I think I don't know if he legitimately broke Samoa
Joe's
Joe's jaw.
I think he broke his jaw.
He fucked him up.
That fucking knee, that first knee he gave him, Joe could not close his mouth.
Yeah.
He broke his fucking jaw. Plain and fucking simple. That's probably why we didn't see Joe on Raw, and probably why we won't see him on SmackDown. I'm pretty sure his jaw is broken.
Or at least
fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, he could not close his mouth.
Like, this whole match was 15, 16 minutes of kicks, punches, strikes, submissions, hard hitting.
Yep.
This was not a fun match.
This was not a fun match. It was a beating.
And I loved every second of it. Because they actually did a strong style. Like, Sammy and Nakamura was kind of a strong style match.
It was a strong style wrestling match.
This was a straight up never open weight title match.
And here. I'm saying it now, again, another match of the year candidate for fucking Samoa Joe and for fucking Nakamura, his 4th or 5th this year. Seriously, fuck you, man. How can you be this good?
Because I'm sure a lot of people were like, "Yeah, it was an okay match." Because a lot of people aren't used to that.
Yeah, no, I mean,
like,
I'm sure that's the
WWE
case.
fans watching that were like, "What is this?"
Yeah, I mean, whereas I'm sitting there with a fucking smile from ear to ear, going, "Oh
we're like,
hit him again."
We know this stuff.
Yeah,
where's Shibata? Where's Ishii?
Yeah, exactly. I'm expecting.
Can we get Makabe here? Come on.
Can we have a 4-way with Ishii and Makabe in there, or fucking Shibata? Throw them all in there, just fucking beat the shit out of each other.
Strong Style Rumble. Like. Let's do this shit.
Because that's what it looked like, and I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna hurt each other. Oh shit, this is gonna hurt. And then there was like a couple moments where Joe was putting submissions on Nakamura, and he starts screaming. I'm like, that was legit. I'm sorry, that was legit because that hurt.
And Nakamura wins.
He does.
Shinsuke Nakamura is your NXT champion, and he actually becomes the first Japanese wrestler to win a major singles title in WWE history.
Yep, because, Yokozuna, not Japanese.
And also, I guess, like European titles and all that stuff, because, like, Tajiri and...
Yeah, but
Taka Michinoku, light heavyweight, those
weren't
major. I
think they're talking about world title, because NXT's is a world title.
Yeah.
So, and it was so fucking weird. It's weird.
I'll never get over Nakamura in WWE.
No,
because it's just, I can't believe it's happening.
Yeah.
What I can't say I can't believe it's happened, but how over he is with everybody. Because it's not just not just you and guys like you.
No.
Because we're already
in. We were already in no matter what. No, do you know why it is? It's the reasons we liked him in the first place. Not necessarily, and it's not his ring work, because his ring work is obviously perfect. It's the fucking character. He's fucking weird
Japanese guy.
Yes, weird always gets over. Always. So then... The kids love him because he's just fucking wacky.
Because I remember when we first saw him, he looked like a King of Fighters character.
Yeah.
This weird Japanese dude with a weird haircut, and he's got red leather pants, and he's dancing like fucking Michael Jackson. What the fuck is this thing?
Yeah.
And then we see him wrestle, and then we're like I don't know what that was.
But it was awesome.
But it was one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life.
Exactly. So now you look at it, and you're like, once you
and
get
I think
used
everyone... has that same reaction of I don't know what that was, but I want more.
Yeah, and they're doing such a great job of using him sparingly, and I'm like, I never thought I would like it, but I do because he's the Fonz.
Yeah,
Going into the '70s parlance of the world, he's the Fonz. He's the one everyone wants to see, but you only get to see him every now and then. And it works so well because, and I mean, we're going to probably see him even less now that he's the champion. I think they might Brock Lesnar the fuck out of him a little bit, where he's not around very much.
Well, he won't be wrestling on NXT every week now.
No, not at all.
No. He'll be wrestling once in a blue moon on NXT television and at every takeover. But every takeover is only every 3 months.
Yeah. So you're going to see him even less now because he's the champion, because he's going to be the big
He'll be at house shows.
Yeah.
We'll see him in September.
Yeah.
But
again. We'll see him come out. We'll see him come out as the NXT champion.
Yeah.
That's a thing we're going to see, by the way.
It's going to be great.
But like that's what he's going to be now. He's literally going to be the big fight guy. So that when whomever it's going to be that's going to step up to be like, well, I'm going to challenge you, it's going to be...
God, the moment. I'm just waiting for the moment. It's going to be Raw. It's not going to be SmackDown. Mm-hmm. Although it might be SmackDown. It'd be helpful
It could be SmackDown.
But that moment of whatever show he debuts on, of whoever the world champion is going, there's nobody left. I'm the man. I'm the fucking greatest. And then Shinsuke Nakamura hits, music hits, and he comes out and for the first time on, like, American television.
Yeah. Standard American television.
Like USA TV, whatever.
Shinsuke Nakamura. And you're going to be like, what the fuck am I looking at?
So, I just can't wait for it. Mm-hmm. But TakeOver Brooklyn, like last year, probably better than last year.
Oh, yeah.
There's a reason why I'm hopefully planning... I was planning on going to WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. The plans have changed. Because I've looked at this weekend, and I'm like, I want to experience this.
Yeah.
So, hopefully the plan is that... Because they're doing all this again next year. In Brooklyn, the whole NXT, SummerSlam, the whole thing. I want to experience this.
Yeah, I think I may have to join you on that pilgrimage.
Because
that's a thing.
I want to see an NXT in Brooklyn. Because this year, I want to see what the hell they come up with next year.
Yeah, how are you going to top this shit? And, you got SummerSlam, you got NXT, and then you got the Raw following. I mean, come on.
Yeah, come on with the come on.
Yeah.
SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Night 2.
Yes.
Of the 3 nights at Barclays.
Yes.
Did you watch the pre-show?
No.
Neither did I. But
No.
from what I can remember, Neville and Sammy beat the Dudleys.
Okay.
American Alpha and I think Hype Bros and Usos and all them beat the Vaudevillains in Ascension and Breezango again.
Good for them, question mark?
And I think Sheamus won.
Okay.